everyone. Today I have a special guest, Miss Sofia Davis from Fashion News magazine. She's been in this industry so long. I think I met her about 2008. She has some great new products with her glasses. We're going to talk to her today and ask her a couple of questions. Y'all know on newsstands, Fashion News magazine. So, hello, Miss Sofia.
Hello, and thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
I thank you. And as I said, we've been knowing each other for a little while now. So, I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
Is that okay?
That sounds wonderful.
So, we know Fashion News magazine is your first baby?
Yes.
So, about how long, when did you start this magazine?
I started Fashion News about 7 years ago, and I started it because I felt there was a place for people that were independent. They needed a place. There were a lot of magazines that would not speak to you if you were not a celebrity or in a scandal. So I developed a magazine that was high-end and wonderful. And, you know, you didn't have to be in a scandal or be a celebrity.
Yes. I thank you. I was actually a cover model when
Yes, you were. You did a wonderful job.
Okay, so I have a couple questions about you being in the industry. What started you to want to be in the fashion industry?
Well, I always liked fashion since I was young. I always liked to get into perfume and lipstick and things like that. And then I went to, of course, Sofia Davis and all these little modeling schools. But I was always a young lady that was too short to do, you know, the fabulous dresses. They would never pick me. And then my mom said to me, what do you have that will make people notice you? And I said, well, I have a killer walk. And she said, well, the next time you go to class, you walk. And I did. And from then on, they were picking me. And, you know, I went from there to having my own modeling agency, actual legal modeling agency where I book models. Okay. And I also worked as director of models for the Apollo Theater for 10 years. So I booked 15 models a week, hair and makeup and designers for 10 years every Wednesday.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was a hard job, but someone had to do it.
So do you ever think about going back to being a model agency?
Oh, no. Well, you know, now that I think is a good idea. I really enjoyed being a modeling agency because I felt I was helping people. I'd like models that invest in themselves, meaning if you need portfolios and stuff and you need the proper, you know, tools to get out there and get the job, then you need to invest in that because no one's going to come along and say, oh, darling, you're so fabulous, you know, I'm going to make you a star. It really doesn't happen like that for most people. You hear that story one or two times, but that's not the real way it happened. So I think it's important that you invest in yourself and you're in front of the right people.
Yes. That's one thing with models. We do think or believe that someone's going to give us an open door because the stories from the agencies that they pay for the books and they pay for your pictures.
They do. But guess what? When you get paid, you have to pay that money back. It's the same thing like if you had a record contract. If you have a record contract and you go out here and you make all these videos, the record company's not paying for that. You're paying for that out of your royalties. So you need to understand the business side of being a model or an entertainer because this is why so many entertainers and models wind up broke at the end of their career. They have nothing because they don't understand business. These people like you as long as you're making the money. But the minute you stop, they will drop you like a hot potato. Tiger Woods is a perfect example. As soon as he got clubbed, what happened? All of his sponsors ran because no one wants to be bothered with that. So in other words, you have to understand the business of being a model. It's not just being glamorous and slaying the runway, you know, which is what people think. It's selling a garment because if you can't sell a garment, nobody wants you.
We appreciate that because a lot of times, as I said, in this industry, we come in and not know what to do. And as you said, a lot of times they're looking to get paid without putting something in and not knowing they have to pay these things back.
I think a model should only be paid when she could sell a garment. Darling, if you don't sell a garment, you don't get paid.
Always sell a garment on the runway. So who do you admire, non-living or living, at this time in your life?
Well, first of all, I would have to start and say my sister.
Okay.
Now, I say that because to me, she's a strong person. She, you know, she's always encouraging me, but I have to say I admire her. If I had to take someone off the top of, you know, my head, it would be her because she's done a lot and, you know, not in the sense of fashion, but just in her own life and in her own way, you know, and I respect her for what she's done. Other people I would have to look up to would be, if I had to pick a celebrity, I would pick like a Oprah or a Diana Ross. And I say that because these are people that made it their own way. You know what I'm saying? Diana Ross went to school. People don't know she went to design school. She went to etiquette classes, not because Motown told her, but because this is what she wanted to do. And she's always strived to be excellent. And it's important that you strive for excellence in this business.
Yes, I agree. So speaking of excellence, so since we went from you being a model to the great magazine Fashion Avenue News, and now, if no one knows Miss Sofia, she has a great show every year. And when is this show?
July 15th, Fashion on the Hudson, 5,000 people minimum.
Now, who don't want to be in that show? I will be there hopefully again this year.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Okay, so one of the things, we have these great glasses.
Oh, yes.
Everyone's talking about.
The Bling Darling shades, yes.
Now, if you know Miss Sofia, if you don't know her, she's always known for her great sunglasses. Now, everyone else can have a pair. How do they find these great sunglasses?
Well, they can go to our Facebook store at fashionavenuenews.com or its stay at Bling Darling. And they can just shop there. You know, they can also go to our website, Fashion Avenue News, and they can pick up a pair of Bling Darling shades. Because, darling, you have to bling.
Yes, yes. You see her. She loves her bling.
I love bling, darling.
Okay, there's also one more thing that they may not know. You have a perfume.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, we have, our first fragrance was fabulous.
Okay.
And it was a lovely soft scent. And now that year is coming to an end. So each year we put a fragrance out. Our next fragrance is fan number 1.
Okay.
And that's a stronger, fresh scent. And not a lemony fresh, but a fresh, powdery fresh.
Okay.
And so it's a beautiful scent. We've tested it out on a few people. And that'll be coming out July 15th with Fashion on the Hudson at the Fashion on the Hudson show, which is in its 20th year.
Wow, 20 years.
20 years I have been doing this show. And I thank God just that, you know, I was able to stay the course because so many people get involved with different things and, you know, you hear about them today and they're going tomorrow.
Definitely. So speaking of that, being here today and going tomorrow, what's one thing you would like to change in this industry?
One of the things I think I would like to change is people being called plus. I just wrote something on Facebook about that, and it was in reference to the Huffington Post article, so I was kind of piggybacking off of that. So I didn't mean to step on any toes or offend anyone, but I say that I feel that if you're a model, you're a model. You're not a plus model. We had a model that was on our cover and did our campaign, and I think she was like, you know, maybe a size 24 or something. It didn't matter because she was fabulous. I asked the models, bring the fabulosity. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care what size you are. If you are fabulous, you have a chance with Fashion Avenue News. And I think that if I could change one thing, it would be not to look at someone for their size, but more to look at what they bring to the table, because that is really what's important. Darling, can you sell a garment?
Yes. So the same thing with the show. Every year, you don't do sizes. You do
Never
looks.
do sizes.
What's different about your show? I've been in it, so we wanted to tell other people what is so different about your show than all the other shows that are in New York.
Well, one of the differences is with Fashion on the Hudson, last year we had 32,000 people register that we can count and show the numbers. We had so many people register for the show that Coca-Cola contacted us to be a sponsor.
Ooh.
No, we did not contact Coca-Cola. They contacted us and said, can we sponsor your show? Because they see the numbers, and that's extremely important. The thing that's different about all the other shows, we cater to the independent designer. Now, we have the high-end designer. We have Zhang Toy opening. His dresses start at $10,000. I think the cheapest dress you could buy from him is $10,000. His handbags are $30,000. I don't say that to, you know, throw out numbers. I say that because, yes, we can reach out to the high-end designers, but the independent designers are really the staple of the show itself. Okay. Because these are people that did not have a platform, and we have now given them a platform, and we want them to run with it. We have beautiful accessory designers coming. We have Zhang Toy opening. He's a couturier. We have Mr. Carlisle, who's going to show menswear, who is absolutely fabulous. Yes. We have Barbette that's doing, accessories. We'll have the bling shades. We have Lloyd Crawford of I Fashion doing resort wear. We have boss lady Wendy Isaac. She's going to be doing some resort wear and swimwear. Okay. It's going to be an amazing show. And we, ask everyone to come out. And then we'll have, of course, our fabulous quote, plus models, okay?
Yes, definitely. So just to ask for models that are watching, because we do have some people who are doing Facebook and everything else, when are we doing the casting?
Well, our casting will be Saturday, March 25th, and it's from 2 to 4 at Chelsea Studio, 151 West 26th Street, on the 6th floor. Models can download the application right from our website, have the application done and a picture, and we will see you quickly. It doesn't take a long time. It's in and out. We'd love to see you down there.
Okay. Are you looking for more designers?
No. No. We have a waiting list from last year. We had 168 designers on our waiting list.
168.
168 waiting. And then we took some of them, and now we still have over 100 on the wait list because we've cut the show down to 25 designers only because we want the show. Yes, I know. I know the side eye. You're absolutely right. Because one time we had 48 designers. The show was too long. People couldn't sit. I've learned from that, and now we really keep it at 25, and that's it. Our last ones are the kids. You know, we have, of course, one segment with the children, which I think is important because the kids need to be out there, and they need to get the confidence. So right now we do 25. We're not taking any more, but you can get on the wait list for next year, or you can go and be in our Buy Now Fashion Week show, which is September 16th. So
that's something new, Buy Now.
Buy Now is a show where you can buy it right off the runway, and it helps designers because a lot of times designers put out money. They don't sell anything. So they're just putting out money every season, hoping that they get a client. What we do is we say, buy it now. You see it, you buy it. Designers can bring the garments, and people can shop right after the show is over. After they see it on the runway, or they can have it made to order from the designer.
Okay, so there's one more thing we have to talk about because these lovely shades we must see. I know, and you just told me, that you're going on tour.
Yes, I'm doing a fashion tour, and it's amazing. You know, I tell you, I thank God because these are things that come, you know, not because I go after them, but because I put out a good product and a good reputation. I'm doing a fashion tour. I'm going to Puerto Rico, St. Kitts, St. Martin, Barbados, Bermuda, and there's one other place I can't remember, but I'm going to those places to make connections, fashion connections with these countries so that we always can have a bridge. We can build a bridge. If Tamika's going over and she's going to Puerto Rico, I might know someone she can shoot with. You know, these are the type of things we want to develop for models and designers. We did that with LA Fashion Week, LA Style Week in LA. We had a model that went out there. She moved out there. She wanted to get in the show, had no idea. I hooked her up with my team out there. She's in the show. These are the type of things we try to do for the models because we love the models and we love the designers, and we want you to get out there and get on those runways and slay it.
Slay, slay, slay.
Slay.
So we're going to talk about one last thing because I know you have to go, and I appreciate you coming with me. So when are we going back to Paris?
Oh, yes. We had an amazing time. We went to Paris a couple of years back, and we had so much fun. I was the photographer. She was the model. I took a lot of pictures of her, and we ran all over Paris to the Eiffel Tower, all these places, and we went to the shows, and it was an amazing time. And I think that, you know, we should think of when are we going back? We should set a time and a date.
Was it Black Fashion Week?
It was Black Fashion Week. It was couture. They treated us lovely, gave us press seats. They were very nice, and we hope that we can continue to build a bridge over there, you know, in Paris and, you know, and other countries over there, London, a couple of places. So that would be great.
Yes. So that's one thing. I do believe that you are here for the industry, not just for self. I appreciate you coming. And because, like I said, I believe it was 2008 we started this relationship, working around, always nice to me. Is there one thing that you want to say to everybody before you go?
Well, I'd like to tell everyone, believe in yourself. You can do it. You can. Just don't give up. I mean, there are times it's going to get hard. There's times you want to quit. There's times when you feel that nobody's in your corner. But when you feel that way, you got to fight your way out. You have to swim upstream. You have to do everything you can to survive. And believe me, you will. You have to find the light at the end of the tunnel because it is there. But you just have to keep trying. Just never give up. If I could say one thing, that would be it.
Okay, I thank you so much. And again, you can get Fashion News magazine online, or which store is it, New York?
Yeah, you can also go to the Magazine Cafe, 15 West 37th Street in New York City.
Yes, definitely. I thank you all for tuning in and coming to talk to me and Miss Sofia Davis. She has to go, and I appreciate her time so much for coming out with me.
Thank you.
And y'all will see me in these lovely, fabulous bling darling. If you don't know Miss Sofia, darling is what we say. Fabulous so much. Thank you so much for coming, and you have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.